CAU.
If you're trying to grow your business and add diversity,
What you do?
hit up Client Attraction University. When it comes to getting clients, you face adversity. You need to hit up Client Attraction University. Client Attraction, Client Attraction, Client Attraction, Client Attraction University. Client Attraction University.
Client Attraction University, $250 million in revenue for coaches, consultants, and service providers all across the globe. And that number is growing as you listen to this. Want more clients, profit, freedom, and impact? Go to paidadplaybook.com.
If you're trying to grow your business and add diversity,
What you do?
hit up Client Attraction University. When it comes to getting clients, you face adversity. You need to hit up Client Attraction University.
Paidadplaybook.com. That's P-A-I-D adplaybook.com. Hey, what's up, my friend? Dr. Mark Russell here, the King of Client Attraction, and welcome to this brand new episode of the School of Client Attraction. So let me ask you a question. How would you like to be in a position where you can grow your business, make more money, while having more time and freedom and eliminating the hustle in your business? Well, in today's episode, we're going to find out exactly how to do just that. So our special guest, we have Miss Auguste Crenshaw, Miss Raw, Real, and Relentless, and our Director of Communications, Rochelle Shaw, is going to be interviewing her to pull out exactly how she went from hustling, like really grinding. She's one of those individuals who is like grinding like crazy, masterclasses, events, challenge, all different type of stuff. But she's been able to simplify things, focus on more things that she actually enjoyed doing, like painting and a lot of other cool stuff, and actually giving her more time to travel with her family, spend more time with her spouse and so forth, and really impact at a high level and make more money than she's ever made. Is going to share with you exactly how to do it. So let's go ahead and jump into the episode right now. Pay attention. You're probably going to want to listen to this over and over and over again. Make sure you take some notes, and you're going to love this. So let's go ahead and get into it right now.
Hey, y'all, we're back. Hey, it's your girl, Rochelle Shaw. I am president of communications here at Client Attraction University, and I love this part of my job. It is talking to our badass clients that are killing the game, that are out there doing what they do, our fellow seven-figure society member, changing the world one entrepreneur at a time. And so I'm going to have just a quick chat with my friend Auguste, and then we will kind of go from there. But please welcome Auguste Crenshaw. Yay!
You know, I'm glad to be here. What's up, boo?
My dancing partner, right?
Hello.
My dancing partner. So, Miss Auguste, please introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, everybody, you need to know my name is Auguste Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless, and I am just a beautiful soul that loves to help other Black women entrepreneurs master online marketing so that they can attract ideal clients that are ready, willing, and able to pay them what they are worth. So I'm excited to be here with you, Miss Rochelle.
Yeah. So why do you think they have such a hard time, women getting paid what they're worth?
Oh, my goodness. Well, first of all, I just don't believe that we're even taught to walk in whatever that is. It's like a label's put on us from the moment that we're born. You're worth being a wife. You're worth being a mother. It's like very basic foundational stuff. I just don't believe that women are groomed to be competitive or to operate in our power. There's an example I used to always use. It's like, think about it. I know when I was a child, if I had on a dress and I was like, look at me, I'm so cute. They'd be like, don't you do that? You know what I'm saying? You wait for somebody else to tell you that you're pretty. You know, so we're taught to be very modest, and it's counterproductive as an entrepreneur. But little boys are raised like, go out there, get first place, throw the most touch, hit the most free throws, throw the most passes, get the most yards. So they naturally come out competitive. So I just don't think that we're wired, period, from birth to even show up as that. And then we won't even get into the whole thing about authenticity, which is the core of everything that I do. If we're always trying to fit the mold, then we're not going to show up and we're not going to attract anybody because we're not real.
Say that again. I giggle when I see, I'm doing this photo shoot and I'm taking this picture. And I'm like, what you doing all that for? What are you expecting to happen once you do that, right? It's like you've got to spend some time really figuring out who in the world you are. At my core, I'm always a jeans and flip-flop person. I wear flip-flops in the winter when it's raining. I don't care. I wear flip-flops, and it's like, so to be on stage in shoes that don't fit and in a dress too tight,
And that's me. You're usually going to see me comfortable and cozy in a t-shirt. Right now, I'm out of my element, y'all, but I usually have colored hair, but at the end of the day, this is me, this is who I am. And I remember when I first started showing up online, I used to be like, you got to do whatever it takes, but I was kind of softening my message because I was worried about the people at my church that might be like, oh, August talking a little rough. But so that meant that I was always appealing to people who were never going to buy from me. It wasn't until I was like, well, shit. They didn't heard me say a cuss word, but hey, look, I can still love God and be comfortable in my own skin. It wasn't until all of a sudden one day that fierce nature showed up in me that I started getting a different response from the people that were following me. So like you say, flip-flops in the rain or in the snow, cuss words, wild, crazy hair, nerdy. And if you, whatever you are, you just need to just be that. Sure. Period. That's what you become an entrepreneur for in the first place.
Right.
I don't want to fit into a mold in a cubicle and do what you want me to do. I want freedom.
No. And it was never about the money for me. It was always about, because I don't like that you asked me to do that.
Or that you won't let me do what I want to do. Why I got to ask you for permission to go to my daughter's field trip with her?
Yes. That just didn't make sense to me. And I was like, oh yeah, no. No. And I like to, even I'm against all those other ones that are like, oh, you have to be up at 4 a.m., and if you're not doing that, it's like, yeah, no. I don't even want to talk to anybody until 10 a.m. So what are y'all doing? Yeah, I have my morning ritual and I do all of those things, but it ain't at 4 a.m. Now I'm different from Marquel, right? Marquel is a 4 o'clock person and God bless him. But I also am a midnight person. And it started when I first had my daughter. And so when she would go to bed, I would have those 3 hours to just sit. It was my time. It was my time to work on the business. It was my time to just be quiet. So I get re-energized when she goes to bed. And I should be able to work through that. Like, I'm not accustomed to following anybody. So,
but I like that you even brought that up, because I remember when I first got on these internet streets, people were like, yeah, if you're going to promote, you do it at this time before they wake up, you do it this time in the afternoon, you do it at this time in the evening. But when I got my first client in Singapore, and it was 7 a.m. for me and 7 p.m. for her, it was like, as a customer service, I'm on how about we flip flop? Sometimes it'll be 7 a.m. for me and 7 p.m. for you, to do her sessions or whatever. We're online business owners. Most of us, at least most of the people that I work with we're global. So, your best work may be at night, and it may be when you need to work, and you already brought in the other element. I was previously a single mama. So I didn't work by traditional rules or traditional standards. But once again, that's why we become entrepreneurs in the first place, to play by our own rules.
Yes, because ultimate freedom is to be able to do what I want when I want to. That's what I call freedom.
Amen.
And I add some cuss words in there. Whenever I want to, when it really gets crazy, right? But that's exciting. That's exciting. So I know that you've been at this for a while. So what were you doing before you got to Planet CAU?
Oh, I was hustling my ass off, girl. That's what I was doing. I seriously, I say it that way because I respect my work ethic and I respect everything that I did. But there's a lot. I was balls to the wall, whatever it took. And so I would put on huge events, multiple times a year. I was promoting like crazy. I dabbled in ads. I was nowhere near an expert, but I did a lot of organic work. And so, I was killing it. I was still making money. I didn't have to go work for anybody else. I figured this online thing out, but I still just want to put emphasis on the fact that I worked hella hard, and it was kind of an understanding that, the roles kind of flip flop in our house. Daddy, you had the kids more, you teach them more. And I kind of fell back. And that was, I ain't trying to be Betty Crocker or none of that stuff, because that's not me. But I did want more time with my family. And so that was whenever summits would come, he would already know you're going to be interviewing, recording, doing this and setting up that, because I was 1,000% a one woman show. So I pride myself in knowing about a lot of the moving parts in my business, but I wouldn't go back to it for the world.
Nothing. So what attracted you to CAU? What made you say, let me check this guy out?
It's a couple of things. One, I did see Marquel a few years before. I never really knew exactly who he was or what he did, but there's another gentleman that I follow that's really good company. So, like attract alike. So from there for years, every once in a while, I might see him pop up somewhere, but I really still didn't know what he did. He just had a nice personality. He had a nice character. I believe the reason why I was attracted to Marquel is because he's dominated the internet space, because I started looking more into, doing something with ads. I'm like, I need more leads. I knew that that's one of the things that I was my well was running a little bit dry. I was very conscious of what my business needed to a degree, to the ability for me to be able to think from my level of knowledge. And so when I got lost in his funnel somewhere, I clicked the link and I was invited to join the group, never was active in the group. And then one day I got a text message. It's like, it's your last day to come into this 1-day boot camp, something. And I said, well, let me see, and I've spent a lot of money with a lot of stuff that didn't work. I wasn't necessarily apprehensive about that, but that's always playing a factor. But I sat through that one day and I listened to him and I'm like, this dude being hella transparent. He really is giving the game. I ain't about getting the game and Googling it. But if you want to listen to this brother and go Google the shit, he's literally laying it all out. That's the kind of coach that I want, because if you're going to come straight forward from the beginning. So, I mean, I was sitting here like this, waiting. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know it's the offer because I know the way the game goes. So when you going to just get to the offer? Offer out, and I clicked. And so that put me into the 6-week program. And then after that, I know how the game goes. I knew it was going to be another program. But my experience with being in CAU, even during that 6 weeks, it was the service, it was the culture of the whole organization, but it was also the way that they allowed me to be myself. I have a very bold personality. I'm not concerned about it. Some people feel like they need to lead with that. I don't lead with that. But I know that when I've just been me, sometimes it's not been well received. Man, Dre and Marquel was like, yep, well, August said it. There it is. If I got in kind of like a preachy mode, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm at home. And I am.
Yeah.
That was a long answer.
That's what, but it's the perfect answer, right? It is because it's the truth. That's all we ask, is to just share the truth of what was it? And oftentimes, the things that are different about CAU and why we're here is, number one, love is an action word and it is a verb at CAU. So when we say we love you, we love you. Yeah. And we're gonna pull you kicking and screaming, but we're gonna make sure that you get exactly what it is that you want. And number two is that family also is an action verb for us. And we're about, okay, we are family and we're going to treat you like family. We're not going to treat you like, we're not interested in just selling logins to you and never following up. We're not interested in, hey, yeah, come join the program, but we don't care what happens after. Like, we are vested in your success. So we have been so proud of your success, because you are the epitome of, this is what they said to do. This is what I'm doing. And now I'm going to go and make way more money. I mean, I think it was 3 days into the program and you closed like a 50,000, 2 people for like 24,000. It was something crazy.
It was like the next week after we started. And then like 3 more, maybe 2 weeks after that I did 2 24K clients immediately after joining. Yeah.
It's like some people haven't done that. The average coach makes $42,000.
Yeah, I heard.
In a year.
Yeah, and that's gross.
Right. Well, I used to always say, but I don't say it anymore, but I eat.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that's not, because it would be different, kind of, sort of, if that was net. Like maybe if you had, I don't know, 50, 60,000 in expenses or something for paying high ticket. But no, but that's gross.
Yeah.
That's real. That's true.
No, it's a lot of work for a little bit amount of money. That's a lot of serving, right? Yeah. Different people, different times. It takes all your day, take all of this time. So what does your life look like now after hanging out with CAU for a little while?
My background. No, seriously, when I was asked to report some of my first wins, honestly, my wins was not to report the money. It was, I literally was almost in tears because I had finally got my life back, and somewhere in the midst of, it's funny because, we're learning about building companies and delegating and passing on stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I had already hired a VA right before joining CAU. Mark Will was like, nope, you're going to pass on more tasks. You're going to get this, you're going to get that. And you're going to do the things, but you're also going to live. And so that knee-jerk reaction to work, like not to have a good work ethic, but just to be busy saying that I'm working was there. And surrendering to the process, I was like, well, I got to do something. And I was like, well, I always was interested in people be doing like a little paint parties or something. Man, I got me some paint. I tried painting, and now you'll know I'm a very well-behaved woman on my Sundays or Saturdays, because I'm probably going to put like 3 or 4 pictures up on social media because I sit back and I paint. And then my kids rate my room, and they paint. And, so the quality of time has changed. My zip code has changed. Thank you, Jesus. That's a beautiful thing. It's not just about the money, but it is about the kind of life that you want to live. And so where I live and the house, and it's just a lot of great things. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of stresses that's even in my relationship that weren't there before, if we really, really want to go there, because just supporting someone through this journey, it's a lot, so yeah, the money's there. I'm very grateful. I like it when my CPA says we need to discuss your business entity, and I'm saying going to your projected goals for 2022. That's not something I was doing before CAU. So I'm grateful for the woman that I was before, but I am even more eternally grateful for the woman that I'm becoming now that I am in CAU.
Sure. So what do you say to the person who's been doing all of it themselves, successful, right? But wants more structure, but more time off? Like, what do you say to them?
Do they believe the proverb that if you want to go fast, go by yourself? And if you want to go far, go together? When do you stop saying cliches? I use what I say to people that are on the fence is usually questions. Okay. Like, when do you stop saying cliches? When do you stop saying all of the things that sound good and actually start living them? And so for me, I was going fast. I was going hard. I was a hustler. Are you a hustler? And are you doing all of the things? Because you got to graduate from being a hustler, which is a person that can do what they got to do to get to the money, to being an entrepreneur that's creating a duplicatable process, to being a business owner that is now opening up the doors for other people to make money. If you've been talking shit and you've been saying that that's what I'm meant to do and I'm supposed to change the world and I'm supposed to be, then you're going to have to get in position to be able to do it. And you don't know all the things. As educated as I am, and as much as I pride myself in my intellect, I have learned so much about being a leader and about being a business owner. If that's what you're down for, and if you want to make sure that you're also not a hypocrite because you're wanting to change people's lives by your leadership, then you come sign up and you get the leadership that you're supposed to get, because you got to get poured into in order to pour into other people. And if you agree with what I said, then you click the link and you do whatever you're supposed to do around this video so you can get funnelized just like I did.
There you go. So you can be down deep in the funnel, right? That one day event that August went to is called clientattractionmadeeasy.com. And we're doing another one of those soon. So if you go to clientattractionmadeeasy.com, you can see when the next one is, because we don't just allow people to come in all the time. We kind of have it structured so that we can serve at the highest level. Because when it's too many, it's just too many, right? And we always want to make sure that we have the perfect amount. Well, Miss August, how do they find you?
You can find me everywhere. All things Auguste Crenshaw with an E. Seriously, but ultimately go to work with August. If you're interested in working with me, if you're a sister that's trying to master your own online marketing message and attract ideal clients, if you're wrestling with that authenticity, then go to that. But otherwise, just Google it. If you do, you're going to find me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, podcast, the whole nine. I just sold my name up.
That is the truth. No, but normally her hair is not black.
Yes, it's usually blue or red or green
or pink
or purple or yes, it's something. And shaved. Usually it's also shaved. So I metamorphose a lot. But you'll know because you'll see the personality as soon as wherever you find me, you will see me.
That's right. Well, the last thing is I always ask everybody to anything you'd like to say to Marquel and Dre.
Oh my goodness. You want me to end on a mushy note?
No, yes, on a mushy note.
Oh goodness. I just really want to say that. Thank you. Those words that I spoke earlier, they're life for me. When you are the oldest, the one that's always called on, the one that's never checked on, when you are isolated, giving up at a young age, because your mom didn't raise you, stuff like that, you have issues that even when you've risen above them, there's still little subtleties in your subconscious that may come up about fitting in. And the way that both of the gentlemen have served me, I've even gotten on mindset call with Dre just to iron out stuff that's going on with me. The way that you guys do really love on me in particular, I know it's all of CAU. It is greatly appreciated. I'm going to leave it there because you probably see my eyes started glassing up. Seriously, I don't want to cry, but I do just want to say thank you. It feels good to be at home. It feels good to be with family because I spent a great duration of my life around relatives.
There you go. Well, we love it. We love you. We're so proud of you. We know that you are changing the world and keep doing what you're doing, sis, because you definitely are making a difference.
What's the difference between you and mega successful coaches and consultants with a dream business? Simple. They're getting more leads than you are. What if there was a way to get 50 to 100 leads every single day like clockwork? Would you want it? Then go to www.getdailyclients.com to access our paid ad playbook that has brought in millions of leads for our clients over the years on complete autopilot.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.